Harry and Meghan evicted from Frogmore Cottage by King Charles after spare memoir, and Prince Andrew could be moving in. King Charles is evicting Prince Harry and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage, and has offered it to Prince Andrew. The Sussexes are now drawing up plans to ship the remaining belongings to the U.S. The move, which follows damning allegations from Harry and Meghan about the royals, throws into doubt their chances of a coronation invite in May. An insider said, "This surely spells the end of Harry and Meghan's time in the UK." Disgraced Andrew was offered the keys to the 5-bed Windsor home last week. King Charles began the process of chucking Harry and Meghan out of Frogmore Cottage days after his son's controversial memoir Spare was released. Buckingham Palace issued an eviction notice to the US-based couple as the world reeled from the extraordinary attacks Harry launched against the royal family. The disgraced Duke of York, who faces being booted out of his Royal Lodge mansion, was last week offered the smaller Frogmore Cottage, and is said to be resisting. But Harry and Meghan are believed to have no choice but to quit the Windsor property, a gift from the late Queen, which would leave them without a UK home. They are now drawing up plans to remove their belongings from the 5-bed house and ship everything to Montecito, California. The move also throws into doubt the couple's chances of getting an invite to the coronation of Charles and Queen Consort Camilla at Westminster Abbey on May 6. The eviction comes after Harry launched a string of accusations against his family in Spare, which was published in January. They included describing his arch-nemesis brother William knocking him to the ground in a row over Meghan. He also accused Camilla of leaking stories about the brothers. The book followed similar bombshells from Harry and Meghan in an Oprah Winfrey US TV interview and their Netflix docuseries. An insider said, "This eviction surely spells the end of Harry and Meghan's time in the UK." Andrew is resisting the idea of moving into Frogmore Cottage after he was offered it last week. But it shows Harry and Meghan are powerless to stop the eviction. Harry, 38, and Meghan, 41, were given use of the 5-bedroom Frogmore Cottage by the Queen as a wedding present in 2018. The couple claimed it would mean their family would always have a place to call home in the United Kingdom. They ordered £2.4 million worth of renovations before moving in the following April. But they spent just 6 months in their new home before settling Megxit terms in 2020, as The Sun first revealed in a world exclusive. The couple left the UK for a new life abroad, first to Canada and then California, all the while hurling regular barbs at their family. Harry later paid back the cost of the renovations to the taxpayer in a deal which included leasing Frogmore Cottage for several years. In autumn 2020 they handed the keys to Princess Eugenie and hubby Jack Brooksbank, who have now moved to Portugal. Harry's sporadic trips back included staying there for Prince Philip's funeral in 2021, weeks after he and Meghan put the boot into the royals in the Oprah interview. Harry stunned his family after describing in his book Spare a private row with William and Charles in the grounds of the cottage hours after the ceremony. The Sussexes are thought to have been issued with an eviction notice around a month ago in the wake of the book's publication. It is believed the couple, parents to Archie, 3, and 18-month-old Lilibet, have not been offered an alternative UK home. Harry is already said to have requested items including an ornate ottoman bench and a chaise longue to be sent to California. Astonishingly, Prince Andrew, 63, who has been stripped of his royal titles in disgrace, was last week offered their cottage as his new home by the palace. It is understood he remains resolute. He wants to remain at nearby Royal Lodge, which he shares with ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. However, Charles plans to axe the £250,000 a year royal handout his brother pocketed from his mother in a huge shake-up of funding. Andrew also paid millions to his sex abuse accuser Virginia Giuffre in an out-of-court deal. It leaves him unlikely to be able to afford the 31-room mansion's upkeep. However, it is believed he has not yet accepted the offer to move. Meanwhile, sources claim that Harry and Meghan have yet to be told if they will be invited to the coronation in May. In his first speech after becoming king, Charles said he wished to express my love for Harry and Meghan as they continue to build their lives overseas. But he and Prince William have not spoken to the Montecito two since they launched a string of damaging allegations in their Netflix series in December. Harry laid into his family in what appeared to be coded attacks on Charles and William, blasting the pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution. He alleged there was an urge for members of the royal family to marry someone who fit the mold. In spare, Harry repeated private text messages sent from William's wife Kate to Meghan. He also described how his sister-in-law was furious over comments Meghan made about her hormones. During an interview on Good Morning America to promote Spare, the Duke described William as his arch-nemesis. He has also suggested that the royal family is rife with unconscious bias and alleged his wife Meghan received racist abuse in the press. He claimed, "It is education. It is awareness. It is a constant work in progress for everybody." Royal sources always insisted Frogmore Cottage, a 10-minute walk from Kate and William's new family house at Adelaide Cottage, was the Sussexes' UK home. But they have barely used it after setting up a new life in the US. The Sussexes had a whistle-stop trip to the cottage and met the Queen in April 2022 on their way to Harry's Invictus Games in the Netherlands. They returned for the Platinum Jubilee last June and celebrated Lilibet's first birthday party at the cottage. Meghan also revealed she came across her journal when she was back during the Jubilee. She told The Cut magazine last August, "You go back and you open drawers and you're like, oh my gosh. This is what I was writing in my journal there." They were also staying at the cottage for charity work last September when the Queen died and stayed on for the funeral. The eviction comes as Harry is suing the government over its decision to remove his armed security guards. The Sun revealed the High Court case had cost taxpayers £300,000 before the trial has even been heard. Buckingham Palace last night declined to comment. Meghan Markle has been seen for the first time since the release of Harry's bombshell memoir Spare. The Duchess of Sussex appeared with friend Hannah Mendoza in a promo video for Clever Blends, a wellness coffee brand the former actress invested in.